I have a very good Tim story for later, but it's too long now. I'll do it after work. So Tim was in a really grumpy mood this afternoon, and just saying how everything is really shit and how life is really tough. Do you ever find it, like, where life is really tough? You know, where it's like just getting you down, life's tough. I asked him what the problem was. What is so tough right now? What's happening in his life? He would never provide an answer, just say, oh, it's just so shit. Although he would never admit it, it was because he wanted Wednesday off, and he's not got Wednesday off. So he had to go help serve out front, and he was just swearing really loudly, again, like saying things are shit, and really glaring at customers. Then a customer wanted the manager, and thankfully she was actually there, and she told her what happened. After the complaint, she went out back to yell at Tim, and the manager is this tiny Filipino lady. And then she told Tim he had to go home. Tim, your attitude's terrible, you have to go home. And Tim would not go home. He flat out refused. And then like 10 minutes later, Tim just acted like none of it had ever happened. He just acted normal, banging on about how many cookies he sold today. So I told Tim, oh, she's also got a portion of meatballs in the microwave. Do you mean a bowl of meatballs? Essentially the same thing, you dumbass. I didn't mention it last time, but Tim bangs on about how many cookies we sell absolutely constantly, and I've noted down every time he said it so far. I will read it later. Because my sister didn't believe me that he's actually doing this, so I've sent her a message every single time he said it with what he said. It's constant. So lady asked for sweet corn, and his response was, Green Giant, really flatten out tune. And then she just stared back at him blank, and that interaction just hovered in the air for a few seconds while I was cringing from the side. It's just so embarrassing all the time. And often, like, he'll say no to a customer's request and just leave it hanging. And they'll go, oh. He'll just go, I'm kidding. Don't. He also does really annoying crap, like mop the floor too early. We don't want to shut up for an hour. I'm going to keep walking on that, and we're going to have to mop it again. For God's sake. All this does is achieve is make the floor slippery. Okay, here are the times he mentioned cookies. And also, just to clarify, we haven't been chatting when he says this. All these statements are out of the blue. The day after you left, I sold 12 cookies. It's crazy. We've been selling loads of cookies since you left. But I'm sure Frida has told you. Frida's the boss, by the way. Why would she have told me? Okay, this one, he actually called me, like he was out front and I was out back. He's like, Jerry, and I came to see what he wanted. I sold 12 cookies on Easter Sunday. Can you believe it? 12 cookies on Easter Sunday. And just to be clear, for people who don't live at Subway, you can buy 12 cookies for £1. So he didn't sell 12 cookies total, he sold 12 in one go. And someone else bought 12 cookies today. He went, oh, for that lot of 12 cookies I've sold today, it's like I'm the cookie monster. You've sold 12 cookies today, haven't you? We're demolishing the cookies today. The colleague I'm working with this evening is like a drug pusher, but for drinks. They said they don't want a drink. He's like, you sure? It's only 20p more. No thanks. It's only 20p? Yeah, no. He also keeps banging on about how difficult it is because he's just had 8 days off and doesn't know what to do. Buddy, I have like 2 months off at a time. He also keeps telling customers, sorry, I'm not with it today. I just had 8 days off. Like it's some sort of humble brag about the length of time he wasn't at work. Tim has just provided me with endless gold. The customer just placed the money near his hand, not in it. He went, yeah, you need to put the money in my hand. Also, we're really short-staffed, which is why I'm doing so many shifts. And he said, oh, maybe they should start hiring English people this time. Maybe if English people applied, Tim. You xenophobic douchebag. What's wrong with the foreigners? Nothing. Okay, in just a second, he said to a customer, "Oh, I guess you haven't seen me in the last week." No? Yeah, I've been off for 8 days. Oh my god. A customer, he was just asking if she wants salad, but she didn't hear him. He leant over. Salad? Oh my god, Tim, stop it. And there were some really big black American guys coming in. And in Suffolk, if they're black, they're American. And he was talking to them, and at the end he was like, "Oh, I didn't realise you were American." Did their American voices and appearance and American card not give it away? I'm at my wit's end. A customer's card just got declined, and when that happens, it's almost always the card machine. He goes, "Yeah, got declined," loud. You should maybe go to the bank on Monday, see what the problem is. You just used the card again and it worked, because it's the card machine, not the card. When I was in London, I saw a shop called Ben's Cookies. I said to my girlfriend, "I'm going to make a shop called Tim's Cookies. See how well I do." Sparkling. I'm eating myself now. Tim also just turned the music up really loud. I said no, and I turned it down. He was like, "Why? Customers love it." I wasn't planning on this becoming a Tim rant, but he just keeps pressing my buttons. A regular customer just comes in, and Tim said, "Oh, did you not come in last Saturday?" "No, I did." "Oh yeah, I was off last week."
I don't know if you know it, guys, but Tim had 8 days off. Oh my god, can you believe that?
Just before we left, he said, "Oh, no wonder my feet hurt." "Oh, why's that?" "I'm not used to standing up for this long after a week off." Which, to be fair, that's my fault. I walked right into that one. I should have seen it coming a mile off. One of the first things he said when he arrived today to the manager was, "Frida, me and Jerry sold over 30 cookies the other day." Which, by the way, we sold way more than 30. How many cookies do you think we sell a day?
All the cookies.
How many? All of them?
All of them.
More than 30? So Tim the bloody idiot was just so rude to a couple of customers. He just snapped sometimes, and it wasn't even a big deal. She just said, "Oh, I'll pay for the cookies separately." That's it. "Oh, so what are you paying for then? What are you paying for?" "Just the cookies, Tim. She's just gonna buy the cookies. It's £1. "So who's paying for the subs?" "He's paying for the subs. She's just gonna buy the cookies separately." "Oh, this is ridiculous." And he stormed off out back, leaving me out there to deal with that. Also, my name badge says assistant manager, which I'm not. And so I don't want people to think I have power to do anything, because I'm technically the same level as Tim. Oh god. And I told him off about it, but he doesn't see what he did wrong. Okay, this is how I know Tim did the washing up. Perfect. That's clean. Tim just literally threw somebody's sub. It was wrapped and he threw it because they didn't get any salad. Oh my god. I heard a really loud bang. I was like, what was that? What he'd done is he'd wrapped the sub and he just slammed it down onto the trays, and then it went flying and it like flew off the counter. And the lady just went, "Do you feel better for that?" And then I realised what he'd done and I died. And then he went, "Oh, everything's just pissing me off lately. Everything's just so pissed off." Right in front of the woman and her flipping like 7-year-old daughter. Oh my god. Like, it's actually not funny. Like, I know people think he's just a lovable idiot, but no, he's mean and awful. And how the hell has he still got a job? I'm not sure I mentioned this, by the way. The reason he was angry is because she didn't have any salad in it. That's it. It was a little girl's sub, and she just wanted bacon. That's it. That put him into a blind rage. Just had another lady. She had chicken and bacon with just barbecue sauce. Tim was quite annoyed. Oh, so I'd have to deal with it then, I guess. What? Just to refresh anyone's memory, Tim gets very angry when people don't get salad or sauce. Heaven forbid they don't get both. We might throw their sub. What's he even doing out there? just come to the stockroom to phone the manager because he just screamed at another customer. He actually yelled at them because they didn't buy anything. They didn't want anything. They came and looked at the menu and changed their mind. And they were, oh, never, we're deciding. No, we'll come back. Tim was coming in from outside, whatever he was doing out there. And he slammed the door open and went, people! And then slammed because they didn't buy anything. I tried to send him home, but he won't go. I'm absolutely furious. So the manager came in, she's taken his key, and he's been suspended. Yes! Please let this be the end of Tim. He also threw his drink over there, so I'm afraid I had to clean that up. In his argument with the boss, he said that he has really good customer service. I think he honestly has mental illness. What an absolute roller coaster of a shift. At least it's gone quite fast. 7 already.